This is about a feeling that's, well, it's incredibly personal and it can be so hard to talk about. It's that feeling of being broken by your past. But we're starting this with a promise. You really don't have to stay that way forever.
You know, we have this idea that being broken happens all at once, like some huge, dramatic event. But a lot of the time, the deepest damage, it doesn't happen like that at all.
Instead, it's much quieter. It's a slow burn, this gradual erosion that happens so slowly you barely even notice it while it's happening. And that's what makes it so tricky, right? It just kind of creeps in, day after day, chipping away at the very core of who you are.
Every time you replay an old memory, every painful moment you go back to, each one takes a tiny little part of you, and you're left feeling fragmented, just not whole. And what you're left with is this really profound sense of being disconnected. You get so lost replaying what happened that the person you are right now, today, starts to feel like a complete stranger.
And this quote, this is where things start to shift. It's not about pretending the past didn't happen. It's about taking back the pen. You can't edit what's already been written, but you, right now, hold all the power to write the next chapter.
So, this brings us to what might be the most critical moment in this whole journey. It all comes down to a single choice that defines everything that comes after. The choice to stay stuck or to start writing a new story.
Just let that question sink in for a second. We cling to our pain so often, not because it's good for us, but because it's familiar. It's what we know. So is it really the sadness that's holding you, or is it the fear of the unknown? The fear of who you might be without it?
This lays it all out, doesn't it? The choice isn't really about what happened to you anymore. It's about which story you choose to live inside of from this day forward. Are you going to stay in the story that broke you, or will you start writing the one that builds you back up?
And let's be absolutely clear about this. This isn't just some nice thought. It's true. You deserve a future that isn't weighed down by the past. A life that is so much bigger than your wounds.
Man, Mandela's words here are just so powerful. Holding on to all that resentment, it isn't punishing anyone but yourself. You think you're keeping the past trapped, but the truth is, you're the one who's in prison.
Okay, so if we make that choice, right? The choice to stop drinking the poison, what comes next? If we decide to move forward, what does that actually look like? How does healing even begin?
This is a really important way to reframe it. Healing is not about pretending the pain doesn't exist. It's about growing so much that the pain just doesn't define your entire world anymore. A wound is part of your story, for sure, but it is not a place to live.
The process is actually surprisingly simple when you break it down. Number one, just choose a direction. That's it. It's not about speed. It's just about facing forward. Number two is taking that first tiny step. But it's number three, the decision, that holds all the power. Deciding with intention that the pain will no longer be in the driver's seat.
And that right there, that's the permission you need to give yourself. You don't have to wait for some magic moment when you feel healed or strong enough. Healing starts with one single imperfect action taken right now, exactly as you are.
And all of this, it leads to the most empowering idea of all. Your past is not your entire story. It's just one chapter in a much, much bigger book.
It's so important to understand what defines you and what absolutely does not. You are not your mistakes. You are not your sadness. You are the strength that got you through all of it. That is who you really are.
Think about that difference for a second. Surviving is just about getting through the day. Living is about embracing it. For so long, you've just been surviving. This next chapter, it's about learning how to truly live.
This is the last big idea to hold on to. The past is like a library, right? You can visit it to learn a few things, but you don't have to set up camp and live there. You've been visiting for a long time. It's time to go home to the present.
And look, there's a real sense of urgency here. The moment to start isn't tomorrow or next week or when you feel better. The day your future begins is the day you decide it does, and that day can be right now.
So let's make this real. Not just an idea, but an action. Right here, wherever you are, just feel the ground under your feet and stand up.
Now, take a full, deep breath. Really ground yourself in this exact moment, not in yesterday's pain or tomorrow's worries, just right here.
And as you breathe out, make a real conscious choice to just release it. Let yesterday go. You're making room for the version of you that's been waiting to come out and live.
And that's what this is all about. Whatever has happened to you, no matter how broken you felt, all of that was just the prologue. Your real story, the one you get to write, it starts now.